Hey everybody, welcome on in to Sports Live in the 215. I'm your host, Connor Okuda, and today we'll discuss the Flyers' dominant 6-1 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins. This Flyers team is just they're winning. They're starting to gain confidence in themselves, and that's exactly what I said in the Flyers Oilers recap. For those of you that saw that, is like, look out NHL, because once a young team gains confidence like this, and especially ones with veterans on the squad like Couturier and Lawton, like not necessarily superstars in the traditional sense of the word, but they're reliable veteran pieces that can produce at the NHL level, and they're doing a fantastic job um, leading the young guys, if I can talk. Um, so, uh, yeah, they're doing a great job. Let me just pull up the Flyer stats here. Uh, I I want to say that I want to say they had they had 11 guys, or let's check, 1 2 3 4 5, um 1 2 3 4 5, 6 7 8 9 10, 11 guys get on the score sheet. And again, it wasn't just one guy, like it was last year, at least from what I heard on Flyers post game live. Um, da, 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 um, the Flyers had a lot of games where there was just like production from one or two guys, but this year the lineup is they're relying on multiple pieces to kind of carry the load off it, to distribute the load offensively, and they're not making one guy carry that load. So that's, for me, that's what makes this team incredibly dangerous. And obviously the win over Pittsburgh before the break was a huge confidence booster, and the win coming out of the break against the Penguins, where we just throttled them and really took them out back and spanked them for sure. It just shows the Penguin system, and I don't know if this is still the case, but at least it was a few years ago. The Penguins' offensive system relies on speed, puck movement, and quickness, and like a lot of their main forward depth is old and slow. So if you have you if you have a lot of older and slower guys in a system that relies on speed and puck movement and your agility, then that's obviously not going to work out too well, and it hasn't for Pittsburgh. Um, their their top guys, Crosby and Malkin, are getting a little long in the tooth. Obviously Crosby's still good. I don't know about Malkin. He's not great according to my cousin Matt. He's aging like old milk for sure. Yeah, but um yeah, the Flyers did a good job on the Penguins' main guys defensively. I believe either Bobby Brink or Noah Cates had the Crosby responsibility. He really shut him down. he only had he only had one shot on goal. Let me refer back. Yeah, let me do. Oh no, he only had two shots on goal. He was a -2 a few nights ago against the Fly Guys. So yeah, he's Bobby. I want to say Bobby or Casey did a great job kind of shutting him down, and um, they're it seems like they're picking up a lot of defensive tips and tricks from Sean Couturier, which is always good to see. A former Selke Award winner, which is the NHL's award for the top defensive forward. So when you have a good like a good a good to great offensive center whose best part of his game is his defense. He's an exceptional defender. He's always in the right position, always willing to block shots, and he really shuts down whoever he's going up against. And Bobby and Casey and really all the guys are, if they're smart, which I would think they are, they're all taking tips from Cootsie, and it's a you can see it in the way they play defense. Everybody's willing to block shots, and everybody's willing to lay their body on the line, and part of that is John Tortorella. Like we and it's crazy because we have a lot of like smaller guys in our lineup, so for them to be willing to block shots is huge. And that's what winning teams do. Winning teams make those little plays. They block shots. They win those puck battles in the corners and throughout the rink and throughout the game. They fight when they need to. Um, they really do a tremendous job of communication and playing together on the defensive end of the ice, which is huge, especially since you have a bunch of guys whose native languages are different from each other. Some guys speak English, some guys speak Canadian, some guys speak Swedish, or not. Canadian isn't a language. I'm sorry. Some guys speak English. Some guys speak Russian. In Mitchkov's case, some guys speak Swedish. In Samuel Larson's case, I know he's a goalie and that's different, but he needs to know like if a if one of his defensemen's in front of the net, he needs to be able to tell him like yo I can't see like rebounds coming my way or whatever. You got to move that guy out of my sight line so I can see the puck coming in and save it. I thought he had a tremendous game. What was it? I want to say that was um, let me see really quick. When was the last Flyers game?
The Flyers beat the Penguins by a score of.
It was Tuesday. I just had to check my phone really quick, but yeah, we had a really dominant game. I want to say we play the Penguins tonight. Yeah. But hopefully we can make it more of the same and dominate our in-state rivals. Hopefully we can kind of go up 3-1 in the season series and not let them tie up the season series. And it's kind of cool. Like the Penguins have been kind of that team along with the Capitals in our division pretty much since I've been alive. Like there have been a few years, and by a few I mean one, where the Flyers really made a huge, like gigantic run to the Cup. That was 2010. I mean, I know they had an Eastern Conference Finals run in 2004, but that was before Crosby and Ovechkin came into the league and were drafted by our by Washington and Pittsburgh. So I in the Crosby Ovechkin era, 2010 was really our brief shining moment, which is unfortunate, but hopefully there'll be a lot more in the future. Let me just turn my notifications off while I finish this episode. So yeah, I think this team's really turning a corner, and it's scary for the rest of the NHL. We'll be back in the playoffs in no time for sure. And if we call up Jet Luchenko next season to replace Kuzmenko if he leaves in free agency. If he leaves in free agency, that should replace Andre's scoring ability. So hopefully, Jet continues to season in the AHL or junior hockey wherever he is, and we'll see him up here soon to help us kind of lift a cup. Yeah, this team is just young and exciting, and you can just tell they love playing with each other. They love kind of going to the rink and going to work, and that's such a good thing to have, especially in a young team. Guys that care about each other, guys that want to win for their teammates, for their owners, for like their ownership, front office, and coaching staff and fan base. So they love being Flyers, and they definitely bleed orange and black, and it's a sight to see. This team is just so freaking fun to watch. Like just even them doing small things like blocking shots, it's just like oh my god, they care. Like they really care about winning. And it's such a it's such a good thing to have. The Flyers haven't had a really consistent winner in 15 years. Jesus, was 2010 15 years ago? Holy goodness gracious. But yeah, like it's been too long, and it's about time for the Flyers to be a consistent playoff contender again. Like they made the playoffs like once every few years, like throughout my life, but they never really went anywhere, except for really 2020, and even that was a second round exit. So we'll see what the rest of the season holds. I believe the Flyers play the Penguins tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to this. And as always, go Flyers.